Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to FXOpen against the Slayers. We had a couple of really great matches today already, and another one is coming up very, very soon. We will have Oz, and he is going to face a Pennant player on dual side. Slayers thought about it, they were like, okay, who can we actually send out in order to defend Oz, who already defeated 2 players, and it is gonna be none other than Ryung. And yeah, so this is the 4th game of the day. And let's see who's going to take the 4th point, if FXO is able to put another point on to the scoreboard, or if Slayers is able to tie the series.
Sorry about that. Shorter break than I expected.
Don't worry.
They came running after me. Hey, you're on! Actually, I came running when I heard the Korean commentators start casting over the speakers here in the studio. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be in a very crucial situation here for Slayers. If they do not get this game, they're going to be down 3-1, which is a really bad situation to be in. People have come back from that before, but it's still not the best place to be at all, especially with a lot of very good players ready to come off the bench for FXO as well.
I'm actually hoping for a match between Oz and MMA, that MMA wins by this tiniest margin, and then Lenok steps up. So I want to have Oz against MMA and Lenok against MMA. That would be great. And of course, as we were already told in the interview, we have this little bit of a battle going on between Nacella and Shoya, which would be the perfect ace match for the day. Well, the most entertaining one, that is.
That'd be good. That'd be good. But, I don't know. In order for Oz to face against MMA, they'd have to put him out earlier instead of later. And I still want that Lenok MMA match to be the last match, the last game, the epic finale. But we're not there yet. The night is young. The match is young. I guess I should say the afternoon is young. It's 3:30 here in the afternoon in Korea, in Seoul. Dual site is going to be the map. By the way, a little bit of a Hangul lesson for you guys at home. That, well, the Korean's gone now, but a lot of the maps are translated directly, but for some of them, that one actually said Dual Site. So sometimes they just phonetically pronounce the maps when they write them down. Anyway, the game has begun. We're going to get into Ryung versus Oz right now.
And here we go on dual side with a TVP. We have to the right side of the map our FXOpen player. It is
FXO Oje.
There is. He already defeated 2 of the Slayers players, and the 3rd one that he is going to face today is starting to the left, the Terran player named
Slayers Ryung.
And guys, just before we head into the match, a little bit of an information for all of you out there. The GSTL finals in Las Vegas will take place very, very soon. And there is a limited offer at GOMTV.net right now. You can purchase a yearly ticket at a 10% discount price from March 20th up to April the 9th. So the GSL and GSTL are offering a lot of content, GSL in general, just tons of content throughout the year. And if you don't have a ticket yet, or you know a person who does not have a yearly ticket yet, he should definitely go to GOMTV.net and check it out. That's really, really interesting. So yeah, make sure that people know about this.
Excellent. And we do have both players just kind of scouting each other out, making sure they know what is going on. Very normal play from both players thus far. Yesterday in the up and down matches, we saw a ton of proxy racks and all-ins and craziness. Nexus first, but no shenanigans going on this particular game.
The main question for us would have been if Ryung is going for some kind of 1-1-1 play, which is really, really strong on this map, but so far he did not take a single refinery. So we can expect him building a command center very soon. And Terran is just so strong on this map. This is also the reason why they choose the map, in order to give Ryung a little bit of a map advantage over us.
Yep, and that probe is running for dear life. It's actually juking and jiving, but no amount of dancing will save its life. There it goes down finally. We didn't get a shot of its death, but just because we wanted to Save your virgin eyes, you guys at home, from watching such violence. And there's the command center that we probably expected, that Oz is expecting as well.
With the scouting information that he has right now, that's the only thing that Ryang kind of can do. We've seen different builds lately. I was talking to Wolf about the build that Bomber used on Entombed Valley on a couple of different maps. I think I've also seen on Daybreak, where you start with the 3 barracks and then into expansion with no gas, have a lot of Marines early on, so you can put some pressure onto your opponent. And especially if the Protoss player plays too greedy, you can take him down very early in the game, or at least get an advantage. But this time we have the standard 1 barracks into expand, followed up by 2 additional barracks to just give a little bit more safety to the whole adventure.
That Zealot is a lucky dog. Lucky Zealot, I guess. 1 more volley from those Marines would have killed him, but he stays alive to go ahead and scout the front another day. And a little bit surprised. I guess that Zealot is partly just for scouting purposes. But we see a lot of players make that Zealot earlier, and it's usually not very effective, except, of course, yesterday we saw the Zealot accompanied by Stalker was able to do a lot of damage to Slayer's Boxer on this map, actually. But anyway, Ryang is just transferring in. He's got 2 more barracks, and that was what I was waiting for. The Tech Lab goes down on one of them. He's going to start producing a decent amount of units here.
Oz will be alright here. He is already with an expansion. He has an expansion on its way. He went straight for the 1 gate into expand. The Zealot survives once again, but Oz now with 2 additional gates in order to be able, he will be on 3 gates, is able to get those units out in time if there is some kind of aggression by Ryang, which there's not. So Stim is being researched now, and he's going for an additional base. And the tech for the warp gate has been done already. Wow!
Oh, no! The Stalker on move command dies! God. That was huge, because that Stalker could have done a lot of damage if he'd been kiting against those Marines all the way across the map. The Zealot's gonna die too. Wow, things not going well early on for Oz. He did get that probe out on the map, but it might die too.
Oh, this is very, very bad for Oz here. I don't think he really... Does he know about the expansion, or does he only assume it will be there?
He's just assuming.
Yeah, so this is really, really bad for him. And this, the Marines will be able to deny the scouting. So Oz has no idea what exactly is happening. He lost the Stalker, he lost his Zealot, and the probe as well. So this is definitely a huge upset for him. We finally have another set of Stalkers trying to be a little bit aggressive about it, sniping a few of the Marines. But there is already 1 Marauder. No Concussive Shell, though.
Yeah, Ryang had an opportunity to actually sandwich the Stalkers. I'm a little surprised he didn't. But they are going to come in here and put on some pressure. Ryang already has the bunker up, so he's going to be fine. There's no way these Stalkers can do too much damage to him. A couple more Zealots being rallied in. Oh, well, we're not getting a shot of it, but Ryang is just getting poked a little bit here by Oz. No major pressure going on.
Yeah, Oz is still on the 3 gateways. He's adding a double forge right now. Wants to transition into the upgrade heavy style, but he's putting on the pressure. And well, Ryang has to be careful, but we have 2 barracks, 2 bunkers up, and he already has a few Marauders, so Oz should not commit here.
No, and he's not going to. He's just poking. I mean, if he was going to commit, he would have more gateways, and he wouldn't be putting up forges right now. He's preparing for the longer game. Most definitely.
Oh, we have a pylon to the...
Well, yeah, I mean, he's making a pylon up there. We might want to continue putting on pressure, but 1-1 is on the way now for Oz. And look at these. Oh, nope. You tried to sneak a probe in the bottom, or sneak a probe in on the left to scout while he prodded the right, but didn't work.
We had an SCV in the main base of Oz, so at least Ryang knows what's coming. He knows about everything. He knows about the forges, about the Jwala Council.
Yeah.
And the move from Oz was kind of cute. He tried to attack at the front while sneaking in a probe at the back, but it did not work because Ryang was definitely on top of his game and made sure that the scout was not successful.
Yeah,
a Dark Shrine, very nice.
Interesting. Not sure I'd agree with this Dark Shrine.
And there's the missile turret right away. Yeah. Very well done. So Ryang will be safe, and he should be able to just prevent those DTs from getting into the main base as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this Dark Shrine. It seems like this late in the game, DTs never actually do enough damage to be worth the time or the money, and it just, I mean, if he's making it for Archons, then sure, that's a good way to go. I like the choice to go with Archons, but DTs are just going to die, and there's no way that they're not going to die. I don't know. Maybe there's maybe it works more often than I've seen it work, but the last several games I've seen where Protoss has gone DTs this late, it's just lost them money.
If you just continue warping 1 or 2 DTs into your army, you force a lot of scans in the late game that the current player cannot use into mules. So you have a couple of options, but sneaking into his opponent's base will probably not be all too successful because of the missile turrets. So kind of countering out here. Expect the warp into the left side of the map any second now. The Dark Shrine has been finished, going to the Temple Archive as well. He wants Storm, and here they are, DTs warped in.
3 DTs worked in, but there's several units next to that turret at the front of his base, so unless he moves them out at just the wrong moment, which he does. Wait, nope, there he doesn't. 1 DT goes down.
Actually he survives.
No, this DT actually survives, amazingly enough.
Lucky, just getting out of the range of the missile turret. Ghost Academy is built now for Ryung. He's trying to get... He knows now that his opponent is probably not going for some kind of Colossus play because he invested a lot of gas, so he's immediately starting with the Ghost Academy.
Oh, he's very units in. And this is actually a good timing for Ryung because he doesn't currently have too much of an upgrade deficit. It's just 1-1 to 1-0 right now. He's poking and prodding, trying to kill these Stalkers off. The Zealots are not sure if they should be on the low ground or high ground. He's bringing just a few Zealots up into the main base. This is exactly what we saw someone doing the up and down matches just the other day. And he's going to land the factor as well, maybe.
Nice blocking it. At the same time, we don't have charge yet, guys, so he needs to rely on the force skills, and beautiful force skills coming up by FXOs from the high ground. We still have a few Stalkers attacking, need to be careful, but he's defending very well against this. But Ryung just with relentless pressure, and he is up ahead with 40 supply, but we have DTs in there, and he apparently has not the energy for a scan.
No, he does now.
He retreated into the missile turret range.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's got a missile turret there. Perfect. He still has a scan saved up, though, just in case. And this is, I forget who we saw do this just yesterday, but the splitting of attention between the high ground and the low ground is really nice. But I don't know, Ryung's forces are starting to wear thin. I'm not sure how effective this is going to be when he starts attacking on the low ground as well. But look at that, he's picked off almost all the Stalkers and just completely avoiding the Zealots, not even combating them at all.
He needs charge, and charge is finally done. Another upgrade will be done in a few seconds. He will have +2 armor, but the Stalkers are nearly gone. He needs to rely on his Zealots now, and this is looking very grim for Oz. Here he's down 50 supply, and he tries to go away. You can't charge in and then try to run back against the stiff Bioforce.
The Forges are going to go down, so 2-2 is going to be all that he has for this game because Ryung has a 50 supply lead. He's just kiting these Zealots without any more Stalkers there. They're not even buffering for anything. They're just dying. The Marines and Marauders are still alive, and they are now charging in. Ladies and gentlemen, Slayers Ryung has done a very nice strategy. GG! And Ryung ties up the series at 2-2.
He does indeed. We have a tie in the team battle. FXO against Slayers, and in hindsight, well, the Colossi would have been the better option. He tried to go for a bit of a gamble with the DTs here, but he could not make it work. And it was an awesome decision by Ryung to place down this missile turret when he was attacking in order to have something to retreat to when his opponent warped in additional DTs. Very well done. And we've seen once again why dual side is just such a great map for Terran. He made perfect use of the high and low ground here. And now Choya has to think about who is going to send out. There's always Lenok against Terran, but in the end you want to have Lenok kinda against MMA. And
yeah, you might want to save Lenok for later, basically.
Lenok against MMA is probably exactly the time of game that they are opting for, and the problem for them will be if Lenok plays now, then they give Slayers the opportunity to send out players to snipe Lenok.
Yeah, I'm looking at their roster here. I'm not sure who they would send out. I think, I don't know, maybe Gumiho might be a good player to send out. He's very good. He's pretty good at TVT, although Ryung's good at TVT too. I actually thinking, you know, we were talking earlier about how Ryung is weaker against Protoss. He hasn't won many of his recent Protoss games. Could they send in Choya?
I don't think that we will see Choya. They could last time, but I don't really think they are going to send out Choya. I would actually expect that they try to save Lenok for later and are going for Gumiho at this point in time. That's what I would expect, but in the end, it's kind of guesswork, so my money would be on Gumiho.
There's no particularly obvious choice here, but they need to take this really seriously. I'm leaning towards Gumiho just because he's one of their stronger players that they have left. That's not Leenock, who they obviously want to save for a later situation. But, you know, they might send in Leenock too. They might send in Leenock and hope that Slayers burns a few players, sending out weaker players before sending in MMA. We're going to find out right now. Leenock is poised at the edge of the bench.
Gumiho is not the best TBT player,
So is Choya. There he is. That's what I was thinking. Choya is sending himself out to combat Ryung.
All right.
And it is going to be on.
And Jessica is clapping. She wants to go for the setup. That is brilliant. Please. Oh god, I would love this. This would be the best match ever. Choya against Stella. This would be so great.
That'd be fantastic. And all right, so we're gonna see what map it's gonna be on here in just a second.
Choya played well in the GSTL so far. He was able to qualify for Code A just recently, and
he's done pretty well.
Sending out a Protoss player against a Tyrant is not the worst situation out there. The map will also make a difference.
Yep, the map.
And we have once again Calm Before the Storm.
That's right. There we go.
ASD would also have been a good choice.
Yeah, that might have been a good choice too, actually. Yeah, ASD.
I would have rather expected ASD than Choya, but now with Choya playing, so here's a lot of pressure, and this is one of the problems that you have when you are at the same time the captain and make the decisions. If you name yourself to be the next player, you need to make sure that you play at least a good game, even if you lose, so that people see, okay, it was just such a small mark because of what he lost.
Yep. I'm not terribly surprised. Choya likes to send himself out in team battles.
Oh, he does.
And so not too terribly surprised at all to see that, especially, you know, he's got to be feeling pretty confident just recently getting into Code A. That's a big move. That's not easy to do.
There's a lot in the balance though, so this is definitely a lot of pressure for Choya, but I think that he can handle it. He handled it in the past, and even though the finals or the chance to attempt the finals is on the line, I think he will do pretty well. And we have Calm Before the Storm. This is a map that he likes a lot. I've actually seen him play a lot of very interesting strategies on this map. So Calm Before the Storm, TBT, Choya against Ryung.
Apparently Choya has 100% win rate on this map. Ryung only 50-50. They are both spamming their 1A, 2A, 3As in the lobby, or Slayers, Ryung is at least. The game has begun. Can Ryung take a second win and get a lead for his team, or will Choya bring the momentum back to FXO? We're going to find out right now.